Hi, I'm Reid, editor of the EdisonReport, and we're here at Light and Building 2026 in Frankfurt. I'm joined by Colleen Harper, the Executive Director and CEO of IES. Colleen, welcome.
Thanks, Randy. Thank you for having me.
It's always a pleasure to sit down with you. And let's jump right in. The first thing I'd like to talk about are the financials, because I think IES now is on pretty significantly stronger financial footing than it has been.
We are, yes. And I'm actually extremely proud of this. When I started at IES 4 years ago, almost 4 years to the day, it was a very different type of business model that IES had because we relied so much on the light fare revenue. And light fare has changed so much, and of course has now been rebranded to Light and Intelligent Building North America, which will be the first iteration of that next year. But we needed to figure out how to sustain ourselves without the reliable light fare revenue, which accounted for about 40 to 50% of our revenue on an annual basis before COVID. We were able to do that in a number of ways, focusing on membership growth, doing different types of educational, especially online symposia and so forth. We really changed our annual conference, which we now call the Lighting Conference, and strengthened that. So that is now a profit, generates a small net profit for us on an annual basis. And also the Street and Area Lighting Conference, which has long been a strong event for IES, has gotten even bigger and is even better than it was pre-COVID. So we were able to make a lot of operational changes as well that reduced our expenses. And so for the first time since 2019, in 2025, we ended our fiscal year with a small net surplus.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And then also mention the AES.
Yes.
That's a revenue stream.
It is. There has been two kind of organizations that we have started to manage in my time at IES. The first one was in January 2023 with NCQLP. So that generated a management fee that IES started to receive on an annual basis, a new revenue stream. And then at the end of last year, we entered a shared resource agreement with the Audio Engineering Society, where I previously worked and where Graham Kirk previously worked. And so that is now another management fee that we have coming in, a reliable revenue stream from that organization as well.
And you are a professional association management person.
Yes.
And you would consider other organizations coming in. Is that true?
I think that is absolutely true. I think we want to be very clear about IES and IES's strategy being the most important thing and sustainable, and that organization is the priority as employees of the Illuminating Engineering Society. If we are able to manage other organizations in a way that ultimately benefits the lighting community or IES, we would absolutely consider that as those opportunities presented themselves.
Okay, understood. Megan Carroll.
Yes.
What a nice addition.
A wonderful addition, yes. I worked with Megan a little bit before she joined staff, just in her capacity as a leader of the New York City section. And so we really enjoy working with Shoshana, with Zachary, with Matt Dacey, with Megan, the other leaders of the New York City section, because they're so active and in my backyard, which is really nice. I've attended the awards, the Lumen Awards, but I think I know what Megan brings is just this so much energy, which is always wonderful. But having someone join who is from the industry, who already has relationships, who already has the respect of the community, is such a nice thing for the IES headquarters team.
I would absolutely agree. All right, let's shift a little bit, talk about the lighting conference. What should our audience expect?
Well, we're going to be in Denver in mid-August. And so actually the thing that I've heard the most from people is their excitement about being in Denver. That Denver in mid-August it's a pretty spectacular time to be there. We, as I mentioned, in 2025, we strengthened the event to be very operationally tight, but also to focus on content that people want. Not that ever hasn't been something that's been important to us, but we wanted to see what is going to be compelling? Why would people want to travel somewhere for this type of education? So we're taking that type of momentum from last year, building on it this year. Mariela Acevedo is the chair of the conference committee. It's an exceptionally strong group. We have a little bit of staff involvement. Megan Carroll is going to be working with Industry Progress Report. I think you're going to see a lot of positive changes, actually, even from last year.
Well, I was amazed last year toward the end of the show. I took a photo of the Denver section that came to the show last year.
Yeah.
I mean, there were at least 20 people.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we have a wonderful Denver section. And some of the people involved at the district level are from the Denver section as well. Miranda Bergman, she also works a lot with the EP program and the Leadership Forum. So the Denver section, it makes a lot of sense for IES to also be holding events where we have good local groups who are excited to be there, who want to promote the conference. And so Denver, I think, is just going to be an amazing conference.
Can you speak for a moment about the recommended practices? Anything upcoming exciting that's going to be released?
It's an interesting time to ask, because last year we had a very regular ANSI audit that just kind of stretched out because of some resource limitations on like throughout the process that were unexpected. And so we had to kind of pause publishing for a while. And so we've been very active on social media with a lot of the RPs and other standards that have been recently published. That is going to continue for anything significant. I can't think of anything off the top of my head that should really be on someone's radar for coming later this year. But there is going to be a lot. I just don't know exactly what the queue is at this point.
Okay, very good. Do we ever foresee a time when AES and IES will be sharing conferences, sharing venues?
I don't think that that's out of the question. I think that there's, if it makes sense for both organizations, revenue-wise, operationally, we would absolutely have those conversations. They will always remain completely separate. So there will never be a merger, for example. The two boards will always exist. They will continue to be their separate 501c3s. But I think that especially in the concept of intelligent buildings and different types of integrations, that is absolutely something that will be considered.
Last question. What are your thoughts about upcoming 2027 Light North America?
Is that what we've decided to call it? Light North America? I think it makes sense. I'm in favor.
I've been calling it Light Plus.
Oh, that's right, yes.
The other day I heard you say Light North America.
Well, because there's Light Middle East.
I cannot say Light Plus Intelligent Buildings North America.
No.
I can't say
I also don't like Libna, so I'm not going to do Libna. Let's do Light Plus. I believe because of how integrated things are and because of the evolution of technology and innovations that are happening right now, that it makes so much sense for North America to have a show like this. The Messe Frankfurt team, the IELD team, we are all committed to ensuring that the people who show up are people who maybe have traditionally attended Light Fair in the past, but also people who see the intelligent building piece as being new and different and exciting. So there's actual effort being made to get those people involved, whether it's manufacturers on the show floor, whether it's education. So those practitioners in those different areas would want to come for the education, or just the networking. We want to make sure that we're not just saying like this is Light Fair under a different name. It's actually a different show, and the efforts are being made to ensure that that is true.
Will the intelligent building people be in a different section of the show?
There will be a lot of thought and consideration to how the exhibit floor is set up. So there will probably be different pavilions and so forth. I think ultimately, just in the interest of honesty and candor, it depends on the number in any type of category or the overall number.
Right.
But I believe the plan is to do it such that you would be able to go into an area of the show floor and understand like you were in a specific pavilion or a specific topic.
Well, Colleen, congratulations on the success you've had in 4 years. You've done a lot, and I do think kind of the consensus is that IES is turning the corner, and that no one's talking about IES going broke. Okay?
Right, yes, that's true.
Really
it's a big win.
And it's growing, and membership is ticking up now.
It sure is. Yep. Well, can I just say one thing about that, actually?
Please.
We did hire a director of membership, Carolyn Woods, and she has just been amazing. Jennifer Farrell is there supporting sections. That team has made a huge difference. And Carolyn started the beginning of December, and we're already seeing the benefit of that. And of course, Brienne and her team always, with the education and the standards, really drives us forward. So I would not be able to walk away and feel like I did a good job here if I did not give all those people credit.
Oh, don't use the word walk away.
Sorry, from this booth.
From this booth. From the studio. All right. Thank you, Colleen.
Thank you so much, Randy.